Saints be praised, 'tis another PB joint, laddies. Anyway, Irish voices aside, today, friends, we're doing hippogriffs. Hurroo! We begin this episode by seeing that the CMC have been called by the map. This adds to what was shown last season, insofar as other ponies can now be called by the map, which I will state now does create a sense of confusion, as wasn't the map formed by the magic of friendship existing? It is here that we see, rather fittingly, that Mount Everest is placed on the edge of the map. This makes sense considering Mount Everest was apparently added in the map at the end of the film as seen in the season premiere. We also see that Twilight is accompanying the CMC to Mount Everest that has erected a train station somewhere between this episode and the events of the film, not only to chaperone the CMC as well, they are still children at the end of the day, but also to get parental consent for Silverstream to go on a friendship theme retreat. It is my headcanon that this relates to episode 9, where Rainbow and AJ take the students on a boat, but we will have to wait and see, friends. After we get to Mount Everest, we can see that it is very islandy. This makes sense considering it's technically dealing with two sets of species, one that lives predominantly on a hillside and one that predominantly lives underwater. I personally feel Mount Everest looks very pretty, although many have argued that the animation quality does not do the areas from the film justice. I must respectfully disagree with them on all fronts. A brief thing of note is I find the use of the term any griff, every griff, and presumably some griff to be quite weird. I mean, it has more of a ring into it than any hippogriff, and they need to incorporate the any's, I think, when they're referring to creatures, but in my opinion it's still very, very bizarre and it doesn't really fit. It is here that we are introduced to Caramel, who is Silverstream's brother. This opens up a very interesting question. How royal is Silverstream exactly? She was chaperoned to the School of Friendship by General Seaspray, who doesn't appear to be her father, and this also asks, is Skybeak a general in the Hippogriff army like Seaspray? Here we are also given an explanation as to how exactly sea ponies and hippogriffs can transform into each other. Apparently, no one managed to split up the magic MacGuffin from the film into pieces so every hippogriff could carry them and transform them at will. After a brief foray into the hippogriff's culture led by Taramar and Silverstream's father Skybeak, we are introduced to harmonising heights, a place that fascinates Beatty well due to its general sereneness, and it is here I must also comment on the musical score of this episode. I personally feel in this point that Ingram outstripped himself in musicals succulent, as the music is rather fitting to the area and is really pretty sounding and serene, much comparable to the Angela and music from Donkey Kong Country. After this sequence, Taramar tells the CMC that his mother, Rosenflow, lives in Equestria, so the CMC go down there to say hello to her. It is here where the question of how exactly does that school work must be asked. It appears to be structured somewhat like a boarding school, which makes sense being as to I envision it as a centre for equestrian international relations, but apparently Silverstone speaks to Rosenflow and presumably Skybeak on the regular, raving about Twilight Sparkle. So I hope they end up answering this question later on in the season. After we see that Scootaloo is blown away by the idea of swimming, which he compares to flying, we are given a song that portrays both the individual members of the CMC's particular fascination for areas. I find this song to be a lot better than both of the songs from the premiere. It sounds a lot better and it's a lot more catchy. After Applebloom breaks up the tension that has accumulated between the other two over the song, and she has an idea, it eases Taramar's confusion, inviting both the hippogriffs and the hipponies to a metaphorical beach party. It is here where there is a grave mistake in the writer's tackling of the divorce metaphor, as it seems that every family of the hippogriffs / ponies has a 1-to-1 ratio, that we see that are male and female. If so, the question must be asked, why don't the he-ponies just slip back and forth anyway so they can see the family? They should never have had to choose in the first place. The metaphor falls apart on its ass, and the writers clearly didn't think this through in my interpretation. Overall, aside from that one flaw with their great divorce metaphor that everyone is raving about, due to the fact that they hid deep emotional metaphors in everything to do with MLP, I found this episode to be quite solid and a thorough representation of what has occurred since the film. The inclusion of parts about the school that could easily occur in later episodes is a neat inclusion. The music was great and the visuals were rather pretty. However, I will not be rating these episodes. I guess I should have said that in my review of the premiere, because I don't like giving things ratings. It's goodbye for now, but there will be more. Remember to subscribe to my here if you want to see more, and I will see you soon, my friends.